nice out there? Rough? 4 to 5 feet. Really? Maybe I'll be back. Well, the sailor who was coming in on the Catalina said these were 4 or 5 foot waves. I have no idea. They may well be. I don't know. Choppy, that is for sure. Apparent wind is 22 knots. I think the true wind is around 18, 19. I'm not sure. My wind direction indicator does not work properly when the wind is off the beam or behind the boat. So I'm not exactly sure what the true wind speed is, but the apparent wind speed is right now just between 18 and 23 knots. 26 at the moment. Yeah, you definitely know you're sailing today. large cargo vessel coming out of Hampton Roads Harbor. Not any threat to us right now in any way, but he's moving across the skyline off in the distance. There he is. Boat pulling a barge. Also no problem for us at the moment. I don't know if you're like me. My sailing experience is fairly low, and whenever I'm going out, especially by myself, I feel a little nervous before I leave the dock, hoping everything's going to go smoothly and no big problems arise. On days like today, when it's pretty sporty, even more so. But once I get out here, that's always nice. And, you know, it's like, why did I hesitate at all? Until it comes time to start the motor, get the sails put away, and get back on the dock, then the nerves come back. But that's just the way it is, I guess, with anything that requires you to perform in some level. I always like to sneak down below for a moment when we're underway, especially when there's a little bit of sailing activity with wind and waves. Not much mainsail out, and the jib is not fully deployed either, but I think we're moving along fast enough for me, and we're heeling around 15-20 degrees most of the time, which is still fairly comfortable. Is off the beam now, and so much more comfortable when you're not pounding into the waves and the wind. And right now the waves are a little bit aft of our port beam, and the wind is pretty much off the port beam, and even that makes such a big difference. Makes the conditions seem so much calmer, although the waves are still as big and the wind is still blowing as hard. Well, the wind has calmed, 10 to 15. Of course, we're sailing with it on the beam, so it's a little bit calmer anyway. The waves are still rolling through pretty well. And it's absolutely beautiful. have the camera on now because I saw dolphins and I was hoping to get some video of them, but they're gone. So from very sporty to pretty calm in just a couple of hours. And we're headed in.